This is the extreme American Systems building.
Oh, you did. Okay.
It's pretty rude of Barry out there at the parking lot.
Hello. How are you?
I'm pissed off now.
Okay.
Barry wanted to call people names out in the parking lot.
Oh.
We knew right where you two babysitters were going. Pisses me off.
Just for Adam's FOIA appeal.
Here we go.
He thinks he can talk to people however he wants, calling people morons.
Again, to explain that this is a conflict, and
Luckily,
they express that they don't care at all. Oh, look,
it's caught on his video.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shaw. How are you?
Good afternoon, former supervisor. Or what do we call her now?
Oh, it's still on her
Somebody else does
tag.
job?
Apparently, she's in charge.
Lieutenant supervisor? Got a new officer here today?
Yep.
Could I get your name, sir?
Officer Cameron.
Cameron?
Campbell.
Campbell.
Yep.
Your badge number.
76.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Officer Campbell. Is it officer, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me any part of the First Amendment?
Mr. Schatz, I'm aware of your videos online and the fact that you make media, and that's actually against policy for me to speak with media.
Huh. What qualifies someone as being media as opposed to a regular private citizen?
Well, you produce media online, correct?
I produce media online,
You produce media. That you
so
share.
anyone with a YouTube channel is no longer public, they're now media?
I just got promoted. I'm a producer now. Hell yeah.
I'm not.
Do you know how many users are on YouTube? That's a pretty big population
A very
segment to say that they're no longer private citizens with regular rights.
No, it's the fact that you're producing media to share online.
What would be the harm? Just for an example.
Just,
I
again,
mean, and
don't-
you saying something
I'm not-
instead of this nonsense, instead of you saying our Constitution.
Not to
Again,
mention, this is a
I'm not going
public
to be
meeting.
part of the video games.
I mean, how does this make the department look as opposed to like some of your
I've
fellow
got no
officers
further
who
comments
have
for you,
proudly
Mr.
said parts of the First Amendment?
Mr. Schatz, I've got no further comments for you.
In all fairness, Barry was using his First Amendment, so let it be known if anybody speaks to me like that, I will speak down to you.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there any kind of ordinance in Battle Creek about using profanity in public? The trustee on the way in was using all kinds of profanity against me.
Lucky I didn't have my video.
It's on camera. Is that against any kind of ordinance in the
Well,
township of Bedford here?
Mr. Schatz, I'm not going to comment.
we should be
You're
respectful.
not going to comment as an officer?
You be respectful of the public regardless if you like
So
it
if
or
I
not.
ask you a question about the law, you're just not going to answer as long as there's a
Mr.
camera.
Schatz, if you'd like to read the ordinance, you're more than welcome to. It's online.
I'm asking you if there is one.
Mr. Schatz, that's all public information online.
It's non and void, if there is one. Doesn't trump the Constitution.
Look at these excuses for law enforcement.
And
I better get that turned down. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to blow out your eardrum.
We'll be getting me a new camera this week. There will be.
Boy, I'm like a gargoyle before sunrise, bro. All the clowns at the circus
Is
today.
that the new one? New clown?
That's our ordinance officer.
Oh. One that's gonna go measure your grass, huh?
Yeah.
that was not great. That was not successful.
Not very many people at this meeting.
p.m. Please rise for a moment of reflection and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag
of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And first we'll do roll call attendance. Clerk Baraka, when you're ready.
Supervisor Jones.
Here.
Clerk Baracco here. Treasurer Miller. Here. Trustee Beamish.
Here.
Trustee Dingman. Absent. Trustee Greenwood.
Here.
Trustee Hires.
Here.
We have 6 and quorum.
Ding dong.
Thank you. And next we have approval of agenda that as submitted, resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Charter Township of Bedford to approve the April 19th special meeting 2020 agenda as submitted. So moved.
Support.
Okay, Greenwood and Ayers. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call?
Supervisor Jones.
Yes.
Clerk Baracco, yes. Treasurer Miller.
Yes.
Trustee Beamish.
Yes.
Trustee Greenwood.
Yes.
And Trustee Hires.
Yes.
6 yes, motion carried.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we have public comment on agenda items only, and I will just, again, remind you of what the rules for public comment are. I will recognize anyone who wishes to speak during public comment, both before the actual meeting and afterwards. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. No one will address the board at this meeting without first being recognized by the supervisor. That's rule number 2. And to provide for orderly public comment, each public comment submitted to the board made by an individual shall be limited to 3 minutes. You will give your first name minimally at the podium. The first public comment time is for agenda items only, as I said. The last public comment time, you may speak on anything that is township business related. It is not a question and answer period. However, individuals will have an opportunity to express their concerns, opinions, or questions to the board. All comments should be directed to the presiding member of the board, that's me. The board will not respond to comments made during public comment unless it becomes necessary to ask a clarifying question, immediately correct a factual error, or provide specific additional information. Board members may choose to address a certain public comment during their personal privilege time and announcement time at the end of the meeting. There will be no demonstrations during this meeting or at the conclusion of anyone's remarks or presentations. In order to carry out the responsibilities of the township board, will not respond to comments, as I said before. All comments should be directed to the township board rather than anyone in the audience. The township board has, through these rules adopted, authorized the township supervisor to, number 1, interrupt, warn, or terminate an individual's public comment when the comment exceeds 3 minutes. Number 2, request that any individual leave the meeting and or request the assistance of law enforcement officers in the removal of such individual when such individual's conduct is a breach of the peace by interfering with the orderly progress of the meeting, pursuant to MCL 15.263, Section 6 of the Open Meetings Act. And the supervisor may call for a recess or an adjournment to another time if an individual's lack of public decorum creates an environment in which the board is unable to conduct the business before the meeting. Okay? All right, just a reminder, okay? Please introduce yourself, and your 3 minutes has begun.
My name is Just Shots, in case you forgot. I'd like to say that the main agenda item here is a bit of a shame for you, a bit of a disgrace for you. More of your trying to cover up your lack of transparency and your unethical behavior. Your bad clerk who won't record things and who won't provide FOIA requests. So here we are in yet another FOIA appeal meeting. this time, one that you deliberately planned at the exact same time that the person the hearing is for has a court hearing that they can't miss. One that was publicly posted so that you could know that. But we're expected to believe this is a coincidence. That Wednesday at 1:30 just coincidentally happened to be the only time you could schedule this. Further childish attempts to cover your inept behavior, your malfeasance in your office, and your un-American, your total lack of the spirit of the law. Is this what you call transparency? Is this what you call accountability? Every childish, petty trick to get out of producing what is ordered by federal law for you to produce, what is supposed to be open information, what an ethical township would just have available digitally online, instead of all these silly stories of, oh, we're supposed to record that? We're not supposed to destroy the paper copies? Oh, what a coincidence.
Please address the board.
I am
Mr.
addressing
Schatz.
the board, ma'am. I am addressing the board, ma'am. Why are you interrupting me?
You will address the board.
I am
You're not
addressing the board,
addressing
ma'am.
the audience.
I didn't address the
That's your first
audience.
warning, Mr. Schatz.
I did
Your
not
first
address the
warning.
audience.
That's your first
I
warning.
have not addressed the audience. What are you warning me about?
Do not turn around to address the
I'm not
audience.
allowed to turn around? Where is that in the rules?
Right there, I just read them to you.
Where is it in the rules that I'm not
You're-
allowed to
you're-
turn
you're-
around?
you're 2
I want my
minutes
time
left.
reclaimed. You've
You're not
interrupted
done.
me out of order.
Okay.
You are out of order.
Mr. Schatz is gonna need to be removed from the meeting.
Are you removing me from the meeting by force?
We're not gonna have a service
I'm
here,
not
Mr.
removing you
Schatz.
by force, I'm
You're-
asking you to leave.
If you ask me to leave and I don't leave, are you gonna consider that disturbing the peace? Because I don't think that's operating under the
Excuse
Open
me,
Meetings Act.
Mr. Schatz, by the authority of the Charter Township of Bedford Board Rules.
You had this
for
shit
public
planned.
Comment and decorum and MCL 15.263, Section B, 6, and 750.552, I order you leave the premises of the township offices.
That never happened.
If you refuse, you are subject to arrest for trespass.
Public property. Yep.
Can I be ordered to leave the township meeting?
Mr. Schatz, they just explained it.
I'm asking questions. I'm not in any way trying to resist anything. I'm asking questions for
We're
clarification.
asking you to leave.
Okay, you're saying you're asking. Am I forced to leave by law?
If you don't choose to leave on your own, then yes, you will be forced to
5-minute
leave.
recess.
By what law, may I
Just read
ask?
it to you. Okay, are you gonna leave on your own, or are you gonna be arrested for trespassing?
No, I'm asking what law?
No, we're not gonna ask right now.
You don't, I can't answer.
Under threat of arrest under color of law.
Why is this
I'm
meeting
sorry?
even
We
started,
can
George?
talk to you once you leave.
Well, they already tried to throw him out.
I have to leave under threat of arrest.
6:30.
Well, I messaged you.
Leave on your own, or you can choose to be arrested for trespassing.
What crime has he committed?
We're taking a,
How am I trespassing in a
We're not
public
gonna have a
meeting?
discussion. I've explained it to you. Are you
Oh.
gonna choose to leave?
If I'm being threatened under arrest, I have to leave.
All right, thank you, sir.
For why did
Cowards.
And you can't tell me what law you're threatening to arrest me under?
Cowards.
Okay?
That,
All right, we need to leave.
Remember your oath? Remember your oath, right?
oh, look who it is, Batman himself. Wow. Shame on you.
Oh, this is Sergeant Batman.
Oh, look at them, they're all Batman.
Where's your mask? Where's your mask at there, Sarge? You're not a sergeant no more. Fucking cowards. Excuse me. Coward motherfuckers.
So what crime has he committed?
So what was it? He was saying, what did he say?
Joni can't be the one that reads it.
What's the crime?
Was it like this? Was it vertical?
Smiley.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She said,
Code, not the law.
Send back up.
Any code that's repugnant to the Constitution.
Somebody's talking, we don't like it.
Who just said this happened? Yeah. Who did this happen? I'm gonna start again.
not good, guys.
Because Justin turned around and looked at the audience. He never addressed anybody.
Wow.
She was just waiting.
Let's let's look at the last meetings and see all of the
Yeah.
officials that address
It's
only the
Hey.
audience.
Hey,
You
call
guys, this is not okay.
Barry outside calling Justin a moron, swearing at him.
What a tyrant he is.
Bethany,
What?
Listen to the tyrant.
Bethany.
Yes.
Barry cussing at Justin and called him
I
a
wondered.
moron on the way in. I let him have it.
Surprise.
Barry did?
Oh yeah, called him a
Oh,
fucking
because-
moron. I said, you're a moron. Then I asked him who in the hell he thought he was. He didn't have nothing to
Doesn't
say.
matter.
He said, yeah, 'cause he is a moron. But that's his freedom of speech, but he's in his professional capacity. Y'all know better.
You're exactly right. It's getting a little out of hand, I think.
Typical.
Yeah, typical, right?
You got your fucking henchmen over here.
I didn't even.
Well, bring our henchmen in to do our dirty work.
I
Fucking
think
hate
there's
it.
there's
I don't know if
things-
that is though, I don't know if that is.
oh.
What's your name and badge number?
Sorry,
Corporal
viewers.
Wolf, 8.
Was there recessing?
What's your badge number?
10K9.
Years.
I'm not intimidated by these motherfuckers, but it sure does piss me off.
Are you dismissed too?
Fuck no, they don't fucking intimidate me. I mean, they didn't intimidate you, but man, that fucking got me pissed right off the bat. Shut you down, didn't want to hear what you had to say. Assholes. She was waiting for a reason.
Yeah.
You can't turn around and look at the people in the audience. We're in there yelling what crime, and we already discussed it with you.
Wow.
I'm not live, but we'll Adam will have it, and
Yeah.
we're in there.
For when they restart the sham.
You need to quit being such a criminal, Justin.
Oh.
Jesus, what's going on?
Me and my free speech, how dare I?
Right. I don't understand it.
We are here to conduct the business of the township. We are not going to be impeded anymore from doing our business and doing our job. And we are not going to have a circus here. We are not going to have people who are afraid to come to these meetings.
I'm not
because of
afraid.
what? The intimidation and harassment, we're done with it.
From your
So-
cronies, the
so
people
when
that
you
are
are-
cronies here. That is the
we are going
proven
to-
facts, ma'am.
Mr.
So you guys
We're
are
gonna
doing
go
that
for
for
the
the
evidence.
evidence, you're arresting people?
Yes,
So
harassing.
you're ready to start your
Harassing.
minutes.
I say Justin's allowed back in.
And Mr.
Mr.
you are not-
what?
You are not recognized by the chair. That is
So?
your first warning. You were not recognized, that is a rule here.
And
Do it again and you'll be leaving also.
oh,
You're not
Okay,
for the
Mr.
people?
Heichelin, go ahead.
All right, so the whole reason we are here is because of the action that I have put forth, right? Which you have proven that you do not want to accommodate. You roll your eyes again. Roll it again.
Right.
Bring your eyebrows up to the ceiling, please. You did not accommodate. You did not ask a question to me if I was available at this time for this meeting to do this time on your agenda item. You said for some reason this is the only time. 10 days, 10 days. Has it been 10 days? Has it even been a week yet? But you said this is the only day. So you're telling me, without any other discussion of that, saying anything, of any days past this time, but instead you happen to choose a time that I have a prior engagement that's public knowledge here in the community. That you all are watching closely, because that's what dirty politicians do, and police officers and police departments of justice, prosecutors. It runs deep. The accountability is here now. That's the problem.
Yep.
There's a major issue with our FOIA system. There's a major issue with that has now been uncovered with our blight system, right? Because you don't want to listen to the public. You want to do it your way, the way you want to do it, is what you've told us and your actions show us.
Yes, we do.
Take it off, because your grandkids are going to have to look and see exactly what you look like because of your actions. You have to go home and sleep at night from your actions, and then your grandkids and others questioning you, who you are, because of your actions here that the public sees. With one item that you should have discussed in front of the public openly, again without one of you recording it, right? Her little crony husband back here that's recording it, but for his own pleasure to try to say, look it, he's a bad guy because he's passionate and upset about the abuse that these crony criminals in his community have been doing against him. When are you going to step down from the board? You don't live in our community. Get out of here. Disgusting. All of you have things that you have done so wrong to our community that I have evidence of. Not all of you, but a bunch of you now. Those emails, right? So after this, we'll be filing for the court, and we'll be in court talking about this next. We'll see how much you lie then.
Thank you for your comments, Mr. Heichel. I don't know how those had anything to do with the agenda items.
Yeah,
today,
well,
but
that's 'cause you
I
don't-
had some latitude there to allow you. Anyone else wish to make public comment today? Anyone else wish to make public comment on agenda items only? 3 minutes? Seeing no one else, we'll go ahead with the purpose of the meeting. The introduction of the purpose is that we're solely here to listen to the FOIA appeal for Mr. Adam Heichel. It is number 230215A. This is a cost appeal. Mr. Heichel is appealing the cost for approximately 45 days worth of video footage from 3 views of a camera in the northwest corner of the building outside. Okay, so what we will do is we will first have the clerk, Rocco, our FOIA coordinator. She will read the FOIA language, the request language, and the FOIA appeal language, and then her response. Okay, so Clerk Rocco, when you're ready. And then Mr. Heichel will have a chance to add anything he would like to before the board deliberates. Okay? Okay.
So the FOIA appeal.
Mr. Heichel, if you disturb the meeting, that's your warning. Don't disturb the meeting again. The board is talking. We're talking.
Appeal number 23-0215A, FOIA request language. I'm requesting under the Freedom of Information Act the following: outside security camera video from the northwest corner camera for every day starting January 1st, 2023 to the current day. That was received on 2/15 of 2023. The FOIA appeal language, I'm appealing the FOIA number 23-0215A due to the excessive cost for a simple task, formally received by the board on 4/13/23. The clerk's response, in response to this appeal, we requested additional guidance and information from Night Watch personnel, security company that installed the cameras, regarding procedures and times for downloading the requested video footage, storing, and sending. The tech confirmed the following. And this, there's a statement by security IT tech that's in your packets on the invoice document, which is quoted below in part. The total video requested was 45 days. This is from the IT gentleman. This is his quote. The total video requested was 45 days. I broke the process of pulling this video down to 1-day increments. It took the server 20 minutes to encode and save 1 day's worth of footage. It saved as a native file format. If I saved it as an AVI file format, the encoding time doubles. Next, it took approximately 25 minutes to upload the footage to online file storage. From this online storage, the video could be emailed to the party that requests it. I went over the entire archiving process with Joyce to make sure she knew the system's capabilities and how to use it. No further service is needed at this time. Service complete. Okay. So the good faith estimate was calculated using the average download estimated time as follows. 45 days times 30 minutes a day is 1,350 minutes. We used an average of 30 minutes per day since the type of file format video was not specified by Mr. Heichel. 1,350 minutes 60 minutes per, divided by 60 minutes per hour is 22.5 hours total. The increments were then calculated to round to 23 hours total. This was then multiplied by the average wage of $33.33 an hour. Thus, 23 hours times $33.33 equals $766.59 for the total good faith estimate. Additionally, the night watch tech verbally estimated the cost for night watch personnel to do the download, store, and send to be thousands of dollars, which is significantly higher than estimated for the township completing the request with its own personnel. Additionally, the township, in its good faith estimate, did not charge for finished benefits or for the uploading of the videos, estimated at 25 minutes. Thus, the fee requested was significantly lower than what could have been assessed. For this reason, I recommend upholding the denial of the cost appeal for FOIA number 23-0215A and for upholding the good faith estimate fee assessed.
Okay. All right, before Mr. Heikla speaks, any questions from the board for Clerk Faracco regarding her response? So it's important to note that we did not have anything specified in the original language of that FOIA appeal related to whether or not Mr. Heikla only wanted video that was for the 9 hours of working time Monday through Thursday. So we assumed that this was requesting 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So that's what we used the hour calculation on. We also were not informed as to what his request was in terms of whether he wanted native or AVI format. So we took the average, if the time doubles from 20 minutes to a native format to 40 for an AVI, we took the average of 30 minutes. And of course, anything that ended up being less than what the good faith estimate was in actually getting this information to Mr. Heikla would have not been charged to Mr. Heikla. So that's how that's how the 30 minutes came about. So in case you have any questions about that. Okay. And additionally, it's important to note, as Clerk Faracco said, that we could assess as part of the fee, as part of the law, FOIA law, we could assess benefits, fringe benefits. We did not. That's documented on the, you should have that in your packet as well, what the calculation was. It's a grid right there. That was not assessed either. All right, so the actual fee that was sent to Mr. Heikla was significantly less than what could have been assessed to him for 45 days, 24 hours a day worth of security video footage. Okay, questions about the calculation? Anything? Yes, Trustee Beamish?
Did the estimate include the $410 for night watch to come out and work up that estimate?
Oh, no, that's a good thing to point out too. So in order to, you know, it's not that any of us are IT techs, so this is not something that just comes intuitively, how to download, save, archive that much video footage. So we had to have a service call from Night Watch. That was $70 for the trip here, and it was also, it took 2 hours, so that was a $340 charge to the township, cost the township and the taxpayers, and that also was not assessed to Mr. Heikla. And also we have had several calls with about responding to this FOIA to our attorney, which of course we're billed for, and that also was not assessed to Mr. Heikla. Any other questions from the board? Questions? Okay, Mr. Heikla, would you like to respond?
So, I guess for the people, we need a clarification as to what you stated there was that these were the charges for the company to do it, and what it sounds like.
No. This
Why,
is-
please,
I just,
excuse me, I want you to
This
not
is-
interrupt me. This is a time for me to get my question and
You-
thought out, and you don't interrupt someone that's getting their thought out. That's what tyrants do, so that the person that's speaking does not get their full thought out. So do not interrupt again, please. I will tell you when I'm finished and I need an answer from you. Do you understand yet?
you can calm down now.
No, I'm gonna make sure that you understand so that we can calm down at that point,
Go
please.
ahead and try to clarify your question.
That's what we need. We need to take a recess now because of you interrupting and causing chaos.
Mr. Heikla, go forward with what your explanation is, please.
where did I even start off now? Where did I go from? What did I just say? Since you were gonna answer me, what were you gonna say? What was I saying?
You were saying that we were charging you for what night
Right,
watch.
okay, exactly. So
We were.
stop now, then I know what I'm saying, yes. So what your statement is that you're charging me for having night watch to do the works.
No.
Not even gonna look at you when because you're not able, you didn't know how to do the work. And it sounds to me like you had night watch come out here and educate you on how you do the work, on how you do a download. That is what, we need a clarification on that.
May I?
With no clarification on that,
May I clarify?
let me finish, and when I said I'll say when I'm done, so yes, you may when I'm done, ma'am. The lack of ability for you to understand the overreach in what your actions are. That is what I have heard. That is what everyone else has heard here. And that's what makes sense, because you have the system here, you have an ability for somebody here to simply download the information on your payroll time and ability and time.
We do.
Right.
And that's what the fee was. It was, and we didn't charge you for the education that was needed in order to be able to do that. So let me finish, Mr. Heckler. Please calm down. Please calm down.
You're telling me that there's two different charges then,
I'm
and we
telling
need a
you-
different investigation. I need further investigation
I'm telling you,
into what they're saying
Would you
then.
like to look at this?
Yeah,
You're
let
welcome to
me
look at
read
this.
it here, and we'll
Yeah,
talk about it.
And this you were not charged for. This was not part of
I
your
don't
fee.
care.
That's what you're saying
This
we were
is
charging you
this
for.
is education for you to help us people. How dare you sit there and say that me helping you be educated to do your job better is a wrong thing to have happen? Who are you people? Oh, for the love of God.
Very sorry.
I'm sorry that everyone in your life has to see and deal with you. Oh my goodness.
No, this is awesome for our children.
Excuse me.
Point of order. Mrs. Heikla needs a warning.
Mrs. Heikla, you have not been, I have not addressed you. Go on.
Communism at its finest. What a joke.